Hey guys, went to the Top Dog Entertainment Championship Tour concert this past week on Tuesday here in Toronto at the Budweiser stage, and it was awesome. Okay, I couldn't wait to see Kendrick, of course, and all the other awesome performers that were going to be there. So who was there? All the Top Dog Entertainment stars were there. SZA unfortunately couldn't make it. She has some vocal cord inflammation or tonsillitis or something like that, I read. Anyways, I didn't know that going in, so I was expecting to see her too. She wasn't there. Would have been nice to have some female energy there. They had tons of artists. There was Lance Skywalker, Sir, Ab-Soul, J-Rock, of course, and Schoolboy Q. So all the black hippie guys, although they didn't do any songs from their old stuff, so they were there, but they weren't performing together. And speaking of that, there were no really collabs. Oh, well, there were a few. And these guys, I mean, a lot of these guys have done a lot of things together. And I think maybe one or two, yeah, there were two songs that people joined in together. A few people did songs that had the other people in them, but the person didn't come on stage and do their part. I thought, like, if you're doing a concert together, wouldn't you, like, want to, like, really do all that collab stuff? I thought that would have been a little better if they had actually did the collabs together on stage. I don't know if they're not friends or what happened, but anyways, they were just lazy. They didn't want to come out. I don't know. So all in all, I thought the concert was really awesome. I really enjoyed it, even though there weren't many collabs, and there could have been. But I really enjoyed the concert. I enjoyed everyone. Everyone had like 10-15 minutes on there, except Schoolboy Q had a bit of a longer set, and I suppose SZA, if she had been there, she would have had a long set too. But there was a lot of talent, a whole lot of talent. There was a Top Dog Entertainment mascot. He was my fave. He was awesome. I didn't get a pic with him, so that sucked. They had merch. I heard it wasn't the best, and of course it's overpriced. I got myself a bootleg top on my way out for $10, so that was my thing. Yeah. It was a big championship kind of theme, so there were like baseball cards behind them every time they came out, each person, which I think would help if you didn't know every single Top Dog Entertainment artist. I think it helps. It puts their name up. You're like, oh yeah. And they had cute facts, and I don't know if they're true. Like, one was like blind in his left eye, and you know, pre-concert rituals, pre-game rituals, whatever, like 100 push-ups or something. They had cute little facts and cartoons of each one. Each performer came out as a different kind of sports theme. One was like a basketball player, one was a golfer. You know, I think Schoolboy Q was the golfer. It's kind of funny. And I don't know, there was like a baseball player, and you know, they were dressed up, they had props, stuff like that. Kendrick, I guess he was like, they brought out flags, like racing flags, and he was wearing kind of like shiny pants, so I guess he was like a race car driver, I'm guessing. He didn't have a car. I didn't see his card, really, his baseball card behind him, but that was cute. I thought that theme was really cute. It started with the advertising, with all their numbers and the championship tour idea, and it continued on through to the concert. I love the Budweiser stage. It's like my favorite venue to go to a concert here, other than it's outside, so it can be cold or rainy or whatever. It was a little chilly by the water. Seats were pretty good. They were a little obstructed because of the front. They had this big structure at the front, so that kind of, you have to like look around it if you're not right in the center. So that was a little, but pretty good. I love my seats. I had a good time. It was a party. Kendrick came out. He looked like a god up there. He was up on this like a high thing with like projections behind him. He looked really the star. Of course, he is kind of the star of the show. I went mainly for him. And he started off with DNA, of course. We knew that would be in there. And then he did a lot of songs from like way back and from now and everything in between. So he did a lot of good stuff. He did Humble, and he did it as kind of like a cappella, like the audience singing the whole song, not just like choruses. You gotta be careful with that, because as much as you hear Humble on the radio and all over the place, I felt like people didn't really know it properly. So kind of sounded like, oh, maybe you shouldn't have done that, Kendrick.
I'm the realest nigga at the bitch.
I was like, uh-oh, we're losing it. When you do a whole song like that, you run the risk of it sounding like no one knows the lyrics. Yeah, maybe like a really well-known verse is okay, but the whole song, people were losing it. But it was cute. And then I was happy he did the song after on his own, so we could enjoy that rather than just the crowd trying to do it. All in all, it was pretty awesome. I thought it was a great concert. It was put on really well. It didn't take forever. It wasn't like a crazy long. They started pretty much on time, although I didn't really know the start time from looking at all the stuff. It was like 6:30, 7:30, I don't know. I didn't know when I should show up. Showed up around, I think 7:30, and everyone went on. Kendrick came on around, I think, almost 10, but we were out of there by 11 something, so it wasn't really like a crazy, upsettingly long concert where you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta go, which sometimes they are, and with so many artists, it could have turned into that. I thought there could have been a few more collabs between people who collab, right? But other than that, awesome concert. I had a great time, and yeah, stay tuned for more concert reviews with me, FitMeg.
I don't conversate, I don't compromise, I don't penetrate, sex, money, murder. These are the times, level number one, right? Toronto, we've been rocking for a long time. And every time we come out here, we want to make sure the energy is right. Keep it 100, I'd rather you trust me than to. Keep it 100.